episode 7 of me learning how to bake my capstone. It is 1:30 a.m. and I am so exhausted, and I am just running between recipes and recipes to make a whole lot of things. So today we're going to be making really soft and gooey cinnamon buns or cinnamon rolls, and I am so excited. And let's get ready. Alright, so we're gonna take our cup and a half of milk, or 360 grams of milk, and we're gonna take our 6 tablespoons or 84 grams of unsalted butter. I have them right here, and we're just gonna chop up the butter in tiny pieces, put it in the milk and microwave it until it's a little warm. You don't want it hot because that could kill your yeast. Well, weaken it. Alright, so I just finished letting them warm up a little bit, so I'm gonna pour it in here. And then I'm going to follow it in with 1/3 of a cup or 70 grams of granulated sugar. And we're gonna take 2 cups of flour, also add them in here. And as usual, I prefer to sift it. Just gonna sift that bad boy. Alright, since everything's here, we're gonna mix it up with a dough mixer head until everything's kind of combined nicely, and then we'll continue to mix everything else together as well. Basically, at this stage, we're just kind of gonna be mixing everything together. So I have my egg right here. I'll crack it in there, and then we'll just put in the remainder of the flour, which is, I think, another 2.5 cups remaining. So we'll just add that in, and then we'll eventually add our yeast. Alright, so now that I'm done mixing basically everything, I have my yeast right here. It can either be 1 packet or 2 teaspoons and 1/4 of a teaspoon. 2 and 1/4 of a teaspoon of yeast. Just gonna pour it in there, let it mix up a bit longer. Alright, so I had it beating for like 2 minutes now. So after 2 minutes, you can change the dough hook attachment, but I already have it prepared because I don't have the same one they use in the recipe, so I checked online and the dough hook one works the exact same. And basically, when I'm mixing it now with the dough hook that I'm going to continue in, I'm going to add in the additional 1.5 cups. I have that right here as well, of flour right here. And I'm just going to combine it, and I'll use the spatula to really put everything back in the middle. I'm going to knead it on low speed, and then eventually I'll add the additional 1 cup right here. Let's go. Alright, so after kneading the dough, basically, in the mixer, you're going to set up some flour. I know most of my head is cut out, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'll just make sure everything's nicely. There you go. Here's our dough. Lay it flat. There's this technique called rolling, where basically one hand holds it back and the other pushes it forward, and then you fold it inwards, quarter flip, same thing. Alright, so now that I'm done kneading my dough, a good way to know if you're done kneading it is to take a little piece, like this much, and stretch it out about 1/4 inch into the light. And if it doesn't rip, you're good. But mine ripped. So clearly, we got some more kneading to do. Alright, so here's our dough. We're just going to prepare it. Let me spoon it up. This is our bottom. Place it down in a very well oiled bowl and cover it up. Give it about like an hour or so to double in size. Alright guys, so it is day 2 of me working on everything. I'm on my cinnamon buns right now, and I got back from work like 30-40 minutes ago, and now we're back to baking. I am exhausted, but let's get this started. So we had our dough rise. Look at that, it doubled in size. That's amazing. Right now we're gonna prepare the cinnamon sugar filling. So we have 1/2 cup or 113 grams of unsalted butter, room temperature, 2/3 of a cup or 142 grams of packed light brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. And then I'm gonna take my bowl right over here, and I'm going to mix in everything, and I'm going to use my spatula and just mix it around basically until it becomes a nice paste. I'll set it aside afterwards. Let's get started. Alright, so I have the paste ready right over here. I'm just going to set it aside while I prepare the dough, and let's get ready. Alright guys, so I'm just going to grab some flour, just spray it across the surface. Make sure you wipe the area you're going to be working on. I think this should be fine. Mine here is fine. Wow. It is huge and oily. So that's gross. And now we're going to roll it up. We're going to use our rolling pin and just try to roll it as long as we can. Alright, now that we have it fully spread, it's going to be a nice long rectangle. So I have it laid down, and I switched positions because you need the wider side near you. You're gonna take your paste with the spatula and you're gonna like lather it down. Alright, I finally have the paste spread all throughout. It's really nicely placed all over. We're gonna get to rolling now. Alright, so now that we have this ready, we're going to take the longer side towards me, and we're going to roll the dough into a long, like a really long log. And it's going to be tight. Okay, so I finally think I have the overall tracing done. So we're just gonna use our very sharp knife. We just cut straight through. So I have some floss here. Take like an arm's length almost. You don't need more. Rip it out. So we take this. You put it underneath, and then you cross over. Just like that. Alright, so I just finished cutting all of them up. So cute. Then I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees Celsius. We're just gonna take these and we're gonna place them on our bowl. Alright, I just finished setting them up in here. And we do have a bit of a gap, but it's alright. It's because the recipe was supposed to make 12, but I ended up settling with 10. Now we're gonna take a cup or half a cup of milk and we're gonna pour it over the cinnamon buns before we proceed to put them in the oven. This way it gives them like an extra fluff. Alright, so basically I have the milk sitting in the cinnamon buns. It's gonna soak them up, and when it bakes, it's not gonna dry out. It's gonna be really fluffy. Anyways, my oven is done preheating, so it's ready to put the cinnamon buns in. Oh my god. And I'm gonna cook them until they are golden brown all over, which is about 30 minutes depending. And then I'm gonna place it on a cooling rack and let it chill for about 15 minutes, because what did we learn? That things still bake. Like they're still baking even after you take them out. So let's put this in, let's go. All right, it's been 30 minutes and I just took them out. As you can see, they're very nicely cooked, golden brown. I'm gonna let them cool down for 15 to 30 minutes. Let's go. Alright guys, so now that the cinnamon buns are cooling down, I'm gonna prepare the cream cheese frosting. So starting off, I have 4 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese. Then I'm going to take half a cup of unsalted butter at room temperature, super soft. Then I'm going to take 3 cups or 336 grams of powdered sugar. I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of milk. About a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And now we're gonna mix it on the machine with the whisk head attachment. Right, so I just whisked the cream or the frosting. Super thick, very good. We're gonna take our spatula. We're gonna rub it all across the cinnamon bun. My goal is to really get in there. All right, I just coated all 10 of the cinnamon buns. I realized I could have actually made them a lot smaller, but it's okay, that's for next time. You can see they are all nicely coated in. I'm just gonna let them cool down on their own while I clean the mess I've made. All right guys, so it is 1:36 a.m. I am so beyond exhausted, oh my goodness, but the cinnamon buns are done. I have them sitting in the microwave just cooling down in there because they taste better when they're a bit warm. I took a bite out of it and it was delicious. It is so fluffy. It is so soft. There's nothing about that like cinnamon bun that's burnt. And it was just amazing. And that was all for my episode. I don't know how many more we're gonna get after this, but I think you'll see me at least for one more. So thanks for watching. Bake it till you make it. See you on the next episode. Bye.